All right, so continuous series. We are back with the Skybound of the Energon universe, and I did read the Energon universe the other week. I remember I was a little busy, and I was like, "Man, should I do a, a quick review of that?" It was basically the Energon universe issue one was just kind of giving you glimpses of each character story through the Energon universe. Anyways, I got two of them right here. So let's get to it. This is issue 9 of Void Rivals. This is one of the first ones that came out. Void Rivals was one of the first ones of the new Energon universe came out. This is issue 9. This is considered volume 2, really. However, it never stopped. It started from 1 and it kept going, even though they kind of stopped at 6. I think they stopped at 6, and then 7, 8, 9 is the next volume. So as you can see on the character here, I mean on the cover, the character here on here is Springer. As a Transformer fan, I don't know much about Springer, but however, this is continued off with the Zertonians. Solia was attacked by this bounty that they had because when they went back to her land because she tried to set up, she tricked them into thinking that they're going to swap and go to their own homes, even though they're both similar humanoid characters. Basically, just kind of backtrack what I'm talking about. There's two rival characters that met up. Like I can kind of go throw it out to Celia, Zerta are Zertonian characters. Agorian characters is what's this? Drake. Drake. I don't even know if I'm even saying some of their names right. Drake and Celia. So Handroid and stuff like that. So Drake is the man that is an Agorian. Celia is a Zertonian. They are rival humanoid. Just based off where they're from, they're not supposed to connect. There was a little catch in one of the issues in the first volume that it turns out her dad was really born Agorian. So there's a spoiler if you haven't read it. Anyways, they're not supposed to get along, but they clashed, or they, I don't know, the moon, the planet, or the issue one, and then they ran into Jetfire as a Transformer. He flew off. He woke up, and I'm assuming that's where he decided to go to Earth to meet up in the Transformer series. So there's going to be something that goes on there. However, Dirac has a android that works with him, that talks to him, tells him the vitals and all that stuff. However, anyways, we can fast forward past all that. Their rivals. The plan was their ship was not working. They finally got a ship from a salesman, whatever you want to call it. What is the characters called? Proximus. Anyways, a Skunkzoid. A Skunkzoid sold them a they did try to do the business with a Skunkzoid, which Skunkzoid is kind of a little bit of all the universes. They headed back to the planet, and what she was doing was saying that we're going to split up once we get close, and then you go your way, I go my way. She tricked him and took him home, and then she thought that they were going to release him. Her family, and her people, or her species said, "Hell no!" Locked him up, locked her up. But then they decided to let her go. But then she didn't know what they were going to do to him. However, now they're on the run. They sent the bounty out to get him. So, and he's a very dangerous one too. And pretty much Celia has been struck. However, this one they run into Springer, a Transformer, in the middle of this situation while he's trying to make sure she's good because she's injured. And this bounty starts to fight with Springer. Springer's looking like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, what are you talking about? Like, you're a human. I'm supposed to be intimidated. Then he realized, like, wait a minute, that thing is this. Whatever he is, he's strong as hell. So this bounty that was chasing was actually dangerous. So that's where that becomes crazy in this situation. So it started to get good again. It got a little dry, like maybe for like 2 or 3 issues. It got a little bit dry. I will say Void Rivals got real dry for about 2 or 3 issues, and it got dry for about 2 or 3 issues, and I just kind of just like, you start to lose. You have this excitement about the new universe, and then you're like, wait a minute, now it's starting to decline, and it's kind of the same thing that Transformers did for me as a big Transformers fan. I was disappointed. So, but it struck my interest again. However, all right, so we are going back into Cobra Commander issue 5. Now, I have enjoyed Cobra Commander. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've enjoyed this every issue. Probably because they have actually made him the character that he should be and who he is. He is a ruthless character that I don't even see how the people that work with him trust him. He is not to be trusted. The only person that Cobra cares about is himself and what he wants and his goals. There is no reason for anybody to trust this guy. This guy is not to be trusted, but he also can make things happen in such a way that you have to respect him. So this one, after going through the last few where he's just kind of running the different characters, Rock and Roller, all these different bad guys that kind of get cameos and kind of fall into from the G.I. Joe universe. However, I might be. I don't want to mix up Duke because I was about to say some of the Duke characters. They haven't clashed yet in this one. Matter of fact, Duke and Cobra Commander has not clashed yet between the comics, as far as this. So Cobra Commander is now looking to seek with Destro, which is considered one of the biggest arm dealers in the world. Cobra Commander found some Energon power or some type of source. He pulled the scientists from somewhere under some underworld water, made the scientists say, you're going to work on this. And the scientist is creating some type of weapon source. Now he's got with Destro, so this is really going to get interesting because Destro does what he does as far as his resources, as far as weapons and arms and stuff like that. Now they have gotten together. And they got together in an interesting way where he set Destro up and then he shows up and then they realize, like, all right, we're both crazy. I'm intrigued by you. Let's see what you got to offer. So now it's basically a business situation. And basically that's what's going on there. So we'll see where that goes. I like it because it's just a bunch of, if you read it, watch and read it and look at the visuals, there's a lot of craziness going on, but there's also some interesting clashes. So we're going to see where did their relationship go? Where is Destro and Cobra's relationship going to head? What's going to happen? And speaking of Destro, he has a standalone coming soon, and then next month, by the way. And then Scarlet is another character from the G.I. Joe universe and the Energon universe, has a standalone as well. So it looks like this is going to continue on. I'm not so sure if I want G.I. Joe to have some of these standalones. That's the one for me. I think there's too many standalones for G.I. Joe. It's got to the point where Scarlet Because why would you not have one for Barona? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's her name, right? I said that right. Or Transformers. Why not have a Megatron standalone? Maybe I'm speaking too early. Maybe there is. Um, but however, there it is right there. We'll keep saying however. There it is. Comic books. We are back with reviews. And I hope y'all guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe, like if you haven't already. Hit down below some books I should be reading. If you have any recommendations, I'm down for it. And I'll see you on the next one.